This video is brought to you by Sailrite. Visit sailrite.com for all your project supplies, tools, and instructions. In this short 4-minute video, we're going to demonstrate the SureShade Encased cord shroud tape available from Sailrite. This shroud tape replaces the old school style lift cords that were commonly used in shades.
We've used the encased lift cord on the back so there's no open strings for anything to get caught in. And we also have adjustments at the bottom so that after we finish it, we can adjust the length so that it works how we want it to.
Let's get started and show you a quick synopsis of how the shroud tape works. This is a hobbled Roman shade that we're making, and we're marking on the fabric where we want each one of these cord shroud tapes to be installed. At the bottom of each run of lift cord shroud tape, we are reinforcing it so a ring can be installed, and then it will be sewn near the bottom of the shade. The ring can be sewn on with a sewing machine carefully or by hand. If a sewing machine is used, be sure to go slow so the needle does not hit the metal ring. If you'd like to see the full video showing how to make a hobbled Roman shade, be sure to check it out at www.sailrite.com in the video library, or check out the Sailrite YouTube channel. This will be attached to the bottom of our shade, so we need to run the lift cord that is encased in the shroud through the ring. Then we will install an orb to the bottom of that, so we can make adjustments to each one of the lift cords of the shade. The shade we're making requires 5 lift cords. We're marking on the lift cords where it needs to be sewn down to the shade. Then we'll take it to the shade and pin it in place. The pencil marks that were used earlier on the shade indicate where each lift cord shroud tapes will be installed. This hobbled Roman shade requires us to have folds or teardrops in the shade, so Cindy lifts the shroud tape up to the next position and pins it in place. At each one of these locations, a casing will be sewn into the shade. First, we need to sew on the lift cord shroud tape. We want to sew it on so that we do not sew the cord that is encased in the middle of the shroud tape. So notice she does some reversing here with the sewing machine, being careful not to sew in that lift cord. She'll jump over the lift cord and sew the other side. This can also be sewn on by hand, but for our shade, we want a row of stitches right on that pencil line that we struck onto the fabric. For more information about how this is done, be sure to refer to the How to Make a Hobbled Roman Shade video at www.sailrite.com. We did not show it, but here we've already sewn a casing in for each one of these ribs. We'll insert a rib at each location. Near the top of the shade where the shroud cord needs to be attached to the headrail or board, we need to pull out the cord from inside the casing. To accomplish this task, a pin is used. This extra cord will be fed through our hardware. For this shade, that's screw eyes, and used to raise and lower the shade using a cord lock system. Before that can be done, we need to attach the shroud tape to the top of the headboard with a staple gun. Now the cord that we pulled out can be fed through the screw eyes. This demonstrates only one way that the lift cord shroud tape can be used to build shades. There are multiple other ways. It is then fed through a cord lock that can be purchased from Sailrite. The cord lock is used to lock the shade at the desired height. After we're all done, here's what the back side of the shade looks like with the lift cord shroud tape and all the hardware. To install this hobbled Roman shade, we will screw it into the frame of the window. You'll find all the hardware necessary to build a shade like this at Sailrite, including the SureShade lift cord shroud tape that was demonstrated in this video. Also, hundreds, if not thousands, of decorative fabrics that work great for shades like this. Thanks for watching.